Hello, YouTube! Welcome to this stream that I wasn't expecting to do, but you all wanted a live stream of this journey, so that's what you're gonna get. Have I been drinking? Absolutely. I have performance anxiety, so I need a little bit of the liquid courage to be able to do this. Let me adjust the volume, make sure it's not too loud, too small. If you're watching, let me know if the volume's too loud, and I'll do what I can to adjust it before we get into this. Quick disclaimer, I am not a stranger to Ace Attorney. I played every single game in the series, and those I haven't played, I've watched Let's Plays of. So I am not going into this blind, but I've never played the HD remakes, so when I saw them on sale, I had to get them. Now, if you've been following my channel recently, you may be wondering, Rayn, weren't you going to use a new model? And I was. And I did buy it. However, it was too HD. My computer couldn't process it. So it's sitting on my computer, and there goes $20. So, word to the wise, if you're going to buy a VTuber model, make sure your computer is diesel enough to handle it, okay? Am I just going to sit here and wait for a few people to show up? Absolutely. In the meantime, let me talk about what Ace Attorney means to me, because I played it back in the days of yore when you had to usually use an emulator to play it. I played funny enough, I played Investigations first. Not a good jumping on point, but I played it. I mean, it kind of was because it was just standalone. Played that first on the DS emulator, and then played Ace Attorney 1, 2, and 3, and then Apollo Justice. And eventually I got to Investigations 2, and then the Dual Destiny Spirit of Justice I did watch Let's Plays of from Nico B. So I didn't play them personally, but I know the entire plots. And I do intend to go through the entire series through live streams and whatever, starting with the first game. So hopefully we have a good time, and hopefully you're looking forward to the shenanigans we're gonna get up to. So yeah, we're just gonna get into it. I don't know, because I know a lot of you people wanted pre-recorded stuff. The poll, it was pretty close, but live streams won out in the end, so we're going for a live stream. Took me forever to set up these overlays. It would not recognize my latest member, so I had to manually change it. It kept calling my first member, the first member I forgot, my latest. You were like 3 months behind. And OBS, I'm glad you haven't changed. But, OBS, can you stop? I want to stream. Please. You worked flawlessly on Twitch. What do you have against YouTube, huh? What do you have a problem with, okay? At least on YouTube, when you disconnect, it doesn't make an entirely new VOD. That would be a pain in the ass. So, yeah, we're just gonna get into it. And I guess people will trickle in as the game goes on. So we're just gonna do this. New game. I see, Justice for All. Yeah, we're gonna start with the first game. Play this game. The first tournament. Yes. Gasp. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. Discord. Hey there, Roma. Welcome. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. Discord Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Oh, hold on. Oh. Boy, am I nervous. Right! Or it's Mia. I have to make it more feminine. Right! Oh, hiya, Chief! Ooh, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's over! Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair, oh! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty! Tell them I'm guilty! Give me the death sentence! I ain't afraid to die! What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished! Finished! I can't live in a world without her! I can't! And hello, Alpha. Glad you can make it. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? No, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. Newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her, Larry. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case. To clear the name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. I admit, I'm liking the HD sprites. They're quite nice. OBS will never be fixed as long as I have Wi-Fi, apparently. I'll look into an actual fix soon. I've been procrastinating so hard. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court run number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Oh God. Hands shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Well, clearly it's Larry Butts. No, it's me. No, it's Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. I use OBS to record. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Ooh, I know this one. Glad I read the case report over the cover so many times. It's... wait. Uh-oh. No way, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? The victim, of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who was the victim in this case? It's Cinderblock, Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct! Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. I know this game. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct! You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker. It's found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see, the court accepts it into evidence. Statue added to the court record. Statue in the shape of the thinker. It's rather heavy. Right? Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Yeah, I do have a keyboard in front of me. That's how it works. Mr. Payne, the prosecution calls for the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what's with Payne? His voice keeps changing. I don't know what's wrong with him. What do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. I might look into that, yeah, the GPU river suffer. I'll definitely look into it after this stream. I was just trying to get all the overlays done. I'm glad you guys like that at least. So yeah. Also, I forgot to mention, welcome back to the Galaxy Fairies, Roma. Haha. Uh-oh, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Mr. Potts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, we were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Anthony. Didn't they all die? Horribly? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them before the day of the month. What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it! Your Honor, according to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Password added to court record. Password. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7/30, the day before the murder. Indeed, she appears... What was his voice again? Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. No way! The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Like sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took that money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman that this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Watson, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you wanted him to answer that. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I stop him from answering? My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is relevant to this case. Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused. I don't know what I'm doing with his voice. I'm trying to make him like high-pitched and obnoxious, like his personality, but he keeps like mixing over with Larry's voice, so it's just slowly devolving into nonsense. I believe that your motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Oh. Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? I'm answering. I'll send him a signal. Lie like a dog. Well, you see, it's like this. I don't remember. You don't remember? Well, then, we'll just have to remind you. I got a bad feeling about this. We have a witness that can prove you did go to the victim's apartment that day. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. I really don't know what I'm doing with him. I'm just having fun at this point. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, the witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Solid, which is just a totally on-the-nose pun name, to the stand. Mr. Solid, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Solid, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. I have a question, Your Honor. Why does everyone's voices sound like a dying walrus? Because Rayn has no idea what he's doing. Let's see, I need a good voice for this guy. It doesn't mesh over with pain. Come on, okay. Let's see, good voice. Something completely unfitting for his personality, I guess. I was going door to door, selling subscriptions. That man. I'm gonna do it. Selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. My parents are dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in the apartment wasn't working. So I have to become Batman to avenge her. I went to a nearby block and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that, especially with someone with such a manly voice. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to... What did I even do? Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Solid used was one of those, Your Honor. I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record added to the court record. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. No, Mr. Wright. Yes, yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross... What am I doing with this voice? You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination? I don't know what that is, even though I passed lawyer school. Alright, right. This is it. The real deal. Okay. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you expose the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? The client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove it's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be contradiction there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. From the court record with tab. And then point out the contradiction in this testimony. Why are you telling me to use a keyboard? This is real life. Cross-examination. Okay, part of me wants to do it like I don't know what's going on, but that would be dishonest. So, I was going door to door, selling description when I saw a man, blah, blah, blah. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it's strange, I looked inside the door, and then I saw her lying there. I wasn't frightened, found myself unable to go outside. I thought to call the police immediately, however the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found it out. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Now, see, the thing is here, it's 1 p.m. And then you go here, you go to present. That's what you present here, because clearly she wasn't dead yet. Objection! You found the body at 1 p.m.? You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find it hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes at the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This isn't credits. The witness. His voice just keeps changing. Oh my god. Payne, you were so hard. This is 3 of you, and the witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Soley, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Rayn. Way to put him on the spot. Payne sounds like it. I have no idea what Payne sounds like. It's just constantly melting into like an abomination. It is just wild. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always get more lies. 2 through 1, and their whole story falls apart. Yay! Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? The time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. I already see the contradiction. Oh, but it was 3 hours off. I guess the victim must have been watching a video or tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on the tape program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. I actually do. Like, even if I was playing blind, I would know what the contradiction was. You see, when I found the time, I heard the time. There was a voice saying, it's probably coming from the television. Now, you see here is you get the blackout report. Objection! Yeah, it really was obvious. Hold it right there! The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard the television or a video. Oh, I will. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Solid? No, I'm finding quite puzzling myself. Wait. I remember now. Mr. Solid, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. His constant questions harm your credibility. And you seem rather distraught. I apologize, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding a body. Very well, Mr. Solid. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear it time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment. It wasn't there. Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. Ooh, this one's a little trickier. You saw a clock? I guess I would explain it. This meant gladly. Alright, this one's gonna be a little trickier because I can't see the contradiction immediately. And I haven't played this game like forever. I didn't hear the time. Hold it! That strikes me as a very suspicious mistake. Yes, I can see. Yes, I can see how you feel a little dull. I'm really sorry. I only just remembered that table clock. The table clock? There was a table clock in there, wasn't there? Hold it! A table clock? Was there a clock at the scene? This is the first time I've heard of it. Yeah, the murder weapon. Hold it! The murder weapon? Yes, the table clock that was used as a weapon. Yes. Sorry, my voice is slipping. Yes, the table clock that was used as a weapon. I'm sorry, I almost turned back into Bruce Wayne. That's what I just said. Did you doze off in the middle of my testimony or something? Something's fishy here. That must have been what I saw. Yeah, there's no mention of the weapon. Oh, I fucked that up. This evidence, blah, 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 blah. Ah, help! Okay, let me, that must have been what I said. Hold! That's not what I meant to click. Hold it! Why didn't you tell us that in the first place? I guess it just slipped my mind. I'm not really sure how it happened myself. Shut up! It's been a while, okay? The witness says he saw the table clock. End of story. Now, find the contradiction. Okay, so I have to... The murder weapon. Statue of the state. There was a table clock in the murder. Ooh, you making me think. We don't know what the murder weapon is, that's the thing. Let me press it again and read what Phoenix says. Murder weapon? Yes, the table clock that was used as a weapon. Okay, I think I know what I have to write. Then... Tinker. There we go. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock, it was a statue. Now how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections, your evidence. Just who do you think you are? A lawyer, actually. Just answer the question, Mr. Solid. Hey, I saw it there, okay? There's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. I apologize. Fuck you, Payne, okay? I'm gonna throw you off clip. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Ryan, it appears that the witness testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with it? Yes. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testimony then never entered the apartment. That's a good point, Phoenix. I didn't even think of that. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went in the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah, prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with a clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was a sound you heard.
Order! In the court, intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Bright.
Yes, Your Honor. You were clearly seen in the prologue, so it's clearly you, Mr. Solid. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the weapon. That voice was burned in your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? He changed so much he turned into Barney the dinosaur.
This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Yeah, Stream Elements seems to have an issue with updating on YouTube. It should have, latest member especially. It should have. Oh my God. Okay. Thank you, Soley. Holy moly. Wow. But yeah, only the membership is a bit wonky right now. I have to manually update it. But dang, I just got 5 new memberships. Thank you, Solely, a lot. But yeah. Says Batman Solid.
Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never. Look, the clock, I heard no, I saw. Alright, see ya, Solly, but thank you.
Shut up. I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. I saw the Joker there. He killed my parents, her, and he should burn death and death. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright.
Your Honor?
You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence?
The whole case is riding on this, so I'd better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Solid heard was definitely his clock. The fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. Ugh.
That certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is the thinker, after all.
So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25. Ah.
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Solid heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Solid, try to talk your way out of this one.
You forgot one thing.
What's he talking about now?
Well, it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can prove that, you don't have a case.
He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close.
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot allow you to indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Son. I come all the way down here to testify and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime.
Sure, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry, I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Solid. Man, I mean, Chief. Listen up, right? Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Actually, yes, she was overseas. Wait, maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow in the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Oh, tough words. Let's see you pull through this one off.
Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was slow.
This password, baby. Take that! The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder, as we all know. The time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. You know, only in America, though, because, Dovisms. You know, the clock has to be slow anyway, since the clock should not have been touched by anyone after the murder. That is actually true. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. It would actually be slow if this was the original Japanese version, that's the funny thing. The victim had to reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in the apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Salt? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Oh.
Order, I say! Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected.
Well, the model I'm using now is the one I actually paid for. It's my custom model. As for the model I was going to use in the polls, I said this at the beginning of my stream. What happened was basically, I bought the model, right, the custom model that was in the poll, but it was so high resolution my computer could not handle it. So it's just sitting there, being useless. I did buy another model, but it's I've decided to use my custom model for this one. Might as well, right? So, yeah. So yeah. I buy all the models. It was an 8K model. 8K! I could handle 1K on this computer. Even like the downgraded model was a 2K. So like even their lowest one I could not handle. I'm like, oh, okay. Mr. NASA computer.
This case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness?
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts,
not guilty.
Yay, let the confetti fly! And with that, this court is adjourned.
It turns out that Frank Saw was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Saw grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Hey, Tay! August 3rd, 2:32 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Woo! I still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the chief looking this happy. She's this glad. Imagine how Larry must feel. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Oh, Nick, don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon.
Good, wait, hold on. Actually, probably good.
Bad.
Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed.
But my Cindy, when he's gone, man, gone forever.
Larry, she was you know what? Never mind. Congratulations, Harry.
Harry? Do I look like a wizard to you?
Yes, I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts. Slap somebody. Innocent.
Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forgive this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat.
Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook.
Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present.
A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this evidence that...
Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me.
Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento.
Yo, Nick, can you believe it? I was so into that chick, and she was just playing me for a fool. Don't it make you just want to cry?
Larry, get the fuck away from me. Are you so sure?
Excuse me?
I think she thought quite a lot of you, in her own way.
No, you don't gotta sympathize with me, it's okay.
Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Ray? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, I guess. What the heck is she talking about? I guess it would be this. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some... Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled.
Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all.
You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will.
Hey, Nick! I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks.
Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. I think it's because Nick, so they get Nick from Phoenix, somehow. Whatever. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself, right? Listen, learn, grow, strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. That name. Yeah! Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime, maybe. Maybe over drinks? And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave me up. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. Oh, part 1. Brand new episode has been added. Yes. Save that shit. Boom. Alright. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta step out for a second. Stream's not ending. Don't worry. I'll just be right back. So, you know what? Actually, I think I may end the stream here. I think it makes sense to do one case per stream unless I'm feeling really into it. Because I don't want to burn my voice out because I'm doing a lot of voice acting. I don't know how Nico B does it. Like, he does a lot of that shit. But thank you very much for watching this stream. I'm glad you all liked it. I liked it a lot too. It's like the one game I can stream comfortably. And overall, it's just a whole lot of fun. So thank you all for showing up for the stream, and I hope you're looking forward to the next part. This has been Rayn, and we'll be back with more Phoenix Wright in the future. Probably next weekend, because unfortunately I have a job. So, see you all then. Ta-ta!